Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna be reading Welcome to My Sad Life. We're reading chapter 6 of it, and let's just start up. And there's not really much that I wanted to say aside from that, but let's just go. Okay. So chapter 6. I have been staying inside Gabriel's house for a couple of days now, only because my body is so tired from all the running, even though no one likes me. I'm sure people are worried about me. I need to get away from here, though, mainly because I feel like a prisoner instead of a lover to someone. Dahi, I brought you your homework, Gabriel said, coming into the room. I still didn't trust him all that much. One, because he's been stalking me since we met. Two, he technically kidnapped me. And three, he calls me his mate. Thank you, I said, taking my homework from him. I know you don't trust me at all, but please know that I'm just trying to take care of you. I'm just trying to care for you. He said, kissing my head. I sighed softly. When I did feel better, I could run or walk again. I waited till he was sound asleep. Once he was, I got dressed, a black hoodie and a pair of blue jeans, and snuck out. I ran towards where my boss lived. He was the one that treated me like his own child because he was a family friend. I knocked on the door. Jim? I asked. No answer. I said. Then I walked away from Jim's house and with my hood up. Bumped into someone when I was walking. Watch where you're going, kid, the man said. I'm sorry, I said to him. I looked up at the man and met a pair of bright green and blue eyes. I backed away from him. He smirked at me. I knew this man. It was my ex, Jason. He abused me during all of middle school and my whole freshman year. He said the only reason why he dated me was because he wanted to break me. Get away from me. I yelled and started to run away from him. But then I was hit in the head with a frying pan. I looked up before I blacked out and saw someone I never thought would hurt me. It was Jim, working with my ex. Chapter 7. I woke up in a dark room and it looked like a basement. Where the hell am I? I asked myself, getting up. I heard voices coming from upstairs. Thanks, Dad, for helping me catch him. It was Jason's voice. You're welcome. I didn't want to betray him like that, but I did. I heard my boss say. I feel like my whole sad life has just been more destroyed. I looked over at the tiny window in the basement and saw a cat. Hey, little guy, I said to it, going to the window. The cat looked at me. How did you end up down there? I thought you were friends with my owner, the cat said. I can understand you, but can you understand me? I asked it. The cat nodded. I remember this cat. His name was Aaron. Aaron with an E-R-I-N, by the way. That's how the cat's name was spelled. I don't know who's my boss. Hit me in the head with a frying pan to help his son kidnap me. Need to get out of here, said to Aaron. Then I heard the door open. Oh, you're awake. Oh, you're up. Good. I heard Jason say. I growled at him and hissed, get away from me. I yelled to him. He came closer to me and I threw my hand in front of me, closing my eyes. Then I heard a loud groan and a thud come from the other side of the room. Opened my eyes to see Jason on the ground. How did I questioned quickly, but then ran. How long have I been down there? I ran as fast as I could. I don't know where I was going, but I had to get away from there. When I stopped to take a break, I saw a wolf. It was green. I instantly knew who it was. I ran towards him and hugged him. Gabriel, I'm so sorry for running away from you. I'm just scared to be loved, okay? I said, looking at him. It's okay. The little cat friend Aaron told me about your whereabouts. I was just about to go save you, he said to me. I couldn't let go of him. It was the middle of the night when all this happened. Gabriel turned to his human-looking self and hugged me tightly. Told you, I'm going to love you forever, he said, kissing my head. Thank you, I said, crying. He held me in his arms. If he is the person I need, then I don't care if our relationship started off creepy. Chapter 8. I don't know why, but it says chapter instead of chapter. When I'm looking at this, it says chapter. But we'll continue. Alright. I woke up beside Gabriel with a small smile on my face. It's been a couple of days since that incident. I haven't gone to work since. Then I quit the job and decided to find a new job. Gabriel, do you think I should try to find a new job? I asked him, only if you think it's safe. He said, looking at me, I feel like it's safe, but at the same time, I don't. I said softly to him. He kissed my cheek and gently pulled me into his lap. Darling, if you like, I'll go work at your new job with you. I don't mind doing that, and you know that. He said softly. I blushed a little when I felt his pants go up a bit. Sorry about that. Said it's okay. I just am not used to it. Oh, that man that you saw with Jim when they were looking for me was my ex, Jason. I broke up with him because he was an abusive person. He only wanted to break me and make me be afraid of everyone, which I kinda am. That's why I ran from you when you cared about me. That's why I didn't want to be loved. I stood looking down. He cupped my chin with his thumb and index finger and made me look at him. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I have dogs. And they like to bark. So, sorry about that. But let's just continue. Dahi, these past days I've spent with you have made me so happy. I'm glad I met you. You're my man, I wouldn't change it for the world. And I wanted to give you something. He said, leaning closer. May I, Dahi? He asked me. I blushed and but nodded shyly. He kissed me and I kissed him back happily. It just felt so right. Like we were made for each other. I entwined my fingers with his. They fitted like two puzzle pieces. We pulled away from the kiss after a moment. I love you, Dahi. He said softly. I gave him a soft smile and nuzzled him. Looked up at him with a soft smile. He was wondering what I was going to say. I love you too. Chapter 9. Also, if you hear me coughing, that's because I run out of breath a lot. I get dehydrated a lot quicker than what I should. Let's just continue. I sighed softly. Every day after that kiss, I've been feeling like I was truly loved. Gabriel, I said, whining a bit. Yes, Dahi? He asked me. I want to tell you about my past. See, my parents left me when I was 10 because they couldn't afford to pay for me to go with them. Then Jim got me with his son when I started middle school. I didn't think anything worse would happen since I lived on the streets, but apparently I was wrong. I said to him. He hugged me gently. I'm sorry that all happened to you. But now you're safe with me. I promise you that. Luckily no one knows where my house is aside from you. I don't even know where it is, remember? I don't really leave, I replied to him. I cuddled close to him. I'll show you where it is tonight. He said softly. I nodded and kissed his cheek. He smiled at me, his eyes shining with love. Can I hear you sing again? He asked me. I blushed and looked down shyly. I don't know, I said, looking at him shyly. He kissed me softly and sweetly. It's okay, you can sing for me when you're ready, dear. He said softly, I kind of want to go back to school. I said softly, and if you do, I'll protect you no matter what. He said, smiling. I smiled and laid my head on his chest. He kissed my head and held me close. I smiled softly, being in his arms. I felt safe in his arms. Later that night, we went outside, and all I saw was a deep fog around us. The fog only allows me and you to come in and out. He said softly, is it because it doesn't trust anyone else? I asked him. He shook his head. It's because I don't trust anyone else but you and myself. He said softly. I love you, Gabriel, I said, hugging him and holding one of his hands in mine. He smiled down at me and held me the same way. I love you too, Dahi. Dahi Patrick. That's my first name. I said softly, what's your full name? It's Dahi Patrick O'Pax Jameson. I said to him, my full name is Gabriel Alexander Lincoln. I know. 3 first names for my first middle name and last for my first, middle, and last. He chuckles and I did too. Yeah, I thought it was kind of a funny name. I wanted to give these 2 characters both really strong and very, special names, and that's what I did. Alright, chapter 10. I will be reading chapter 10, and then that's where I'm stopping for today's video. So I thought I would let you all know this. So that's where I'm stopping the video, is after reading this chapter. Chapter 10. I started going back to school, and a lot of the students and teachers missed me. They asked me questions like, where have you been, or what happened to you, you've changed. I replied to them saying that I've been staying at Gabriel's. He's right beside me right now, house. Gabriel would be beside me at all times like he was my bodyguard. Gabriel, you don't have to guard me 24/7, I said, smiling at him. Well, I want to make sure you're safe, Gabriel said, looking down at me. We were actually at home at the moment because it's after school and I thought about something. Gabriel, can you tell me about what werewolves do to claim their mates? Well, I can, but you know that werewolves have sex to claim their mates, right? Makes me blush darkly. I didn't know. I never really learned about that stuff. It's okay, honestly. I didn't know about this until 2 years ago, he said, kissing my head. I felt very embarrassed for not knowing that, but then again, I never had sex or even had a loving person in my life. You're still nervous about everything when it comes to love, he asked me. I nodded shyly at him. Yeah, remember I was on the streets for years before I met you, and I was abused, I said softly. He kissed my head again and looked me in the eyes. Your heterochromia eyes are so beautiful, he said, making me blush more. I hugged him and I nuzzled him. By the way, heterochromia is basically meaning you have 2 different colored eyes. Like your eyes are different colored. So like my character Jacob, he's heterochromia because he has a blue eye and then he has a red eye. So I would let everyone know that. That's what that word means if you guys are confused. Alright, let's just continue. He licked my cheek. I looked at him, confused. Why did you lick my cheek? It's called a werewolf kiss, he said, smiling. It was sweet, I said, smiling. It was around midnight, and I was still up, reading a book. I heard Gabriel's phone go off, and I checked it. It was an unknown number. Where the hell are you keeping Dahi? I will call the police and say you kidnapped him. Who are you? This isn't Gabriel. It's Jim, Jason's dad. I don't want to talk to you or your son. This is Dahi, and I'm happy with Gabriel. Your son abused me and you betrayed me. I'm not going to trust you after what you did to me. We're blocking your number. Wait, before you do, I wanted to say I found out about that from Jason. He actually has been arrested recently. I wanted to apologize for what I did. He yelled at me to stop you, and I didn't know it was you until you left the house. It was like he used some kind of spell to trick me into hurting you. I never wanted to do what I did. Jim, I'm not going to forgive you that easily, but it's okay. I won't delete this conversation, but I would like to speak with you, with Gabriel, and this is going to be a private chat. No one can know where we're having this chat aside from me, you, and Gabriel. I understand. I just hope you're okay, and I will see you when we talk. See you. Bye, Jim. Alright, that was the ending of chapter 10. When we get back, we'll be reading chapter 11 up to chapter 15. We'll read chapter 15 as well, but we'll read up until then, and then once it gets to chapter 16, we're going to stop. So, And then that, I decided I would say that very quickly. I have other stories that I am going to be probably, like, doing recordings of soon, but that'll be for later days. But basically right now on my computer I have like 7 tabs opened up. I have 7 tabs opened up right now. It's not even funny on how many tabs are open on my computer. Okay, but I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next video. And maybe, if I really will, I might allow you guys to hear, I might be posting a vlog, either at the end of all these story times, or somewhere in the middle, like once I get done reading Welcome to My Sad Life or something. I'm going to just basically be posting a vlog about when I started YouTube, how I first became a YouTuber and how I first started watching YouTube stuff. And also I'll discuss on how all these YouTubers I met have basically gotten me to where I am today. But I would let you all know that. And I hope you all have a wonderful day and a fantastic weekend. I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And ring that notification bell if you're new. Make sure to share it around with your friends. And I'll see you all next time.